All right. Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing? I hope everyone's doing great. I hope everyone's doing amazing because I know I am. My name is Chad. I'm a motion designer and I'm learning to draw every day just to prove to people that it's not really that bad. Okay. All right now. Let me just one thing here, make sure that I'm connected to the right network, which I'm not. So you're going to see a small disruption here, which is gonna happen in 3, 2, 1. And we're back, I think. Let's make sure. Hello, 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 hello. Let's make sure. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, okay. I think. Let's make. All right. So that's great. I'm eating gum because I feel like it. Uh, is that how it's said? Eating gum? Eating gum feels like I'm swallowing the gum, but you don't swallow the gum. Okay. Okay. I did a little bit of research, and I think, well, not that I think, but one of my problems is dealing with difficult people, right? And not necessarily mean like difficult people that are straight up just enemies, right? These could be co-workers, these could be well, I wouldn't say family because I wouldn't be careful dealing with family. I would just be blunt, right? But mostly co-workers. Some can be difficult. And so how do you deal with that? You know? But I think I've figured out a way, and I'll talk about it more when I actually put it in action, which is going to be fun. I really like it. I really like it. So that's one, dealing with difficult people. Bada bing, bada boom. You know what I'm saying? What else? When it comes to drawing, I think I know the reason why I wouldn't give it to myself. And by it, I mean that satisfaction of like, oh, I've gotten better. And I think the reason is I do get better at a certain thing. For example, because drawing different parts can each part can have its own challenges. And so when I'm drawing hands, and I've gotten better at drawing hands, I was okay, I've gotten better at drawing hands, but then I move over to drawing gestures or bodies, and I'm like, oh, I don't know anything. So it's like whenever I get better at something, or I feel like I am getting better at something, I move over to the next thing, and it's like, oh, never mind, I know nothing. And then I move over from bodies to heads, and I'm like, I get better at bodies, right? I move over from bodies to heads, and I'm like, oh, I know nothing again. And so that's how it's going to keep going, I feel like. And if it keeps going like that, I'm never going to get the satisfaction of yes, I am getting better. Or I'm never going to give it to myself, even though I am getting better at different things, just not other things. And it's like, I'm never going to know how to draw everything, right? But here's what's interesting. There's the illusion also of grandmasters. People who've been drawing, who have, who made a career drawing and who know how to draw. we see these amazing illustrations, and these are like rich canvases with multiple subjects and perspective and everything like that, right? Especially in anime. And it's like, these people know how to draw literally anything. And I am getting stuck moving from one thing to the other, therefore, I still don't know anything yet. And making that comparison feels like it's not fair. It doesn't feel fair. The way it needs to be, however, is, okay, 100 days ago, did I know how to draw, did I know how to comfortably draw hands? No, so that's a win. Did I know how to draw bodies comfortably? No, that's a win, okay? Am I learning how to draw heads right now? Yes. Am I going to get better? I trust that I will. I do trust that. And so once I get better, I'll be like, okay, a couple of weeks ago, was I able to draw heads comfortably? No, that's a win, okay? Instead of just me comparing myself to like these amazing artists, I mean, to be like, honestly, my chat is freaking talented, so talented, right? There's a couple of people that do follow my sort of like journey. They are amazing at art, and I honestly just look up to these people. I know it's like whatever, but like I do, right? So, and it's like seeing them make amazing art is like, yes, I want to be like that. But at the same time, it's like, maybe I still know nothing yet, but that's not the case. I do know something. Maybe not as much, but I know something, and that's a win. That's still a win. So yeah, I don't know. Okay. Yo, what's up? Hey, hey. Progress is winning, period. Yes, yes, that's 100% true. All right, let's get to our challenge, because I'm streaming kind of late today. I was having a meeting. I was having a work meeting, and it was fun. It was fun, but like I said, I just need to be able to deal with difficult people. Just 1 second. Let me switch over to my YouTube. Wait, hold on. How are you, Kimmy? Darth Kimmy. This is we staying on the personal account now, eh? Let's see. Wait, shut up. This is the one I can. I'm just trying to find the stream. Lol, yeah, you may be motivating me to get back into my YouTube channel. Honestly, if you feel like it, I mean, it's got amazing art there. Like, it's, I think a lot more people need to see it. If you want to do that, then do it. If you've got some stuff that's like preventing you. Have you ever looked into the grid method? Let me look that up. The grid. I think I know what you're talking about. Let me just make sure. The grid method art. Yes, actually, not in the channels, but back when I used to draw, and that's been a long time ago, right? I made a grid of like 3 by 3, and I drew and you know, it was from the guy from Tokyo Ghoul. I forgot his name. Anyways, and it was perfect. I don't know how, like, what's the science behind it, or like the thought behind it, but I used it like once, and then I thought that it may be it may make me a little bit lazy, just like because I'm relying on the cross sections, on the sections, the what is it called? So like where the line of the grid and sort of like a line that's like in the illustrations just like meet, and I'm looking at those points rather than actually understanding the shapes. I don't know if I'm making sense, but I think it made it so easy that I thought maybe I wouldn't use it. It seems like a crutch. It does, exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. But once I did a deep dive into the history, I chose to use it. Leo da Vinci used it. Really? Okay, that's very interesting. Okay. The one time I used it, I was very young. More methodical versus artistic. Exactly. However, there's also a few techniques that artists use, and I do get to use, that are similar to this, right? But for example, when I before I draw, I do look at the directions of the lines, right? Or the proportions of the sizes, right? That is methodical. And so what the grid method does, it lays where sort of like some of the points, right? And you sort of get to see these intersections. And like the grid method, I think this is how I'm thinking about it, like just now. I think it helps you see the points, right? Or maybe see some of the points, and you do the rest, all right? So I think that's interesting. Do I want to use it now? We'll see. We'll see. I'm open to try, obviously. If it helps me a great deal, then sure, I'll use it. I'm not gonna deny something that's going to help me. I'm just trying right now to finish this challenge, sort of. Focus on this, and then everything that I'm going to try, I'll try after this month. So the box, not the box, the grid method. I'll definitely keep that in mind. If I didn't remember, I'd be very happy if you reminded me. All right. So this is here. This is here. Let's see. Let's see. Let's put in Proko. Let's see, eh? Artists. Oosh. I think it also depends on your personal goals. For myself, I want to be fast and accurate, but of course that isn't everyone's goal. Kind of boring, but it makes me happy. Fast and accurate, I think I think everyone goes for fast and accurate. I think everyone wants to be fast and accurate. Right? What other goals can you have when it comes to drawing? Fast and accurate is good. It's better. Yeah. Let's look at this is extreme angles. Quickly draw heads with the Loomis method, part 1. So, yeah, we're doing this. Oh, this is 11 minutes. Okay, before we jump into this, I've got a question. I talked about this at the beginning of the stream. I don't know if you caught it or not, but this is to you, Kimberly, right? And whoever also is watching. How do you deal with difficult people in your job, whatever the job it is? How do you deal with difficult people? And I'm gonna just say difficult, and I'm gonna keep it vague, right? Because I want to see like your interpretation of that, if that makes sense. I think I figured out a way. I just want to see like the different approaches, sort of. Oh, I've never tried Loomis, even though I've seen a lot on it. I think it helps. I've seen some people who don't really like the Loomis method, which is interesting. I need to get behind like the ins and outs, and I need to know it before I judge it. Excuse me. Dude, I have my juice next to me right now. And I have I don't know what you call it in English, but in French it's called millefeuille. And oh my god, it's looking at me, and I'm looking at it, and it's like Unfortunately, I am not good at dealing with difficult people. I'm too much of a people pleaser. So my answer was to remove difficult people from my life. Stop taking commissions. Hindsight. Oh man. I would become a better communicator so I could avoid misunderstanding or lack of communication on their part. Man, that just hit home. That hit home hard. People pleasing, man. That's a tough one. I think a lot of people, not only you, are just like raised up like on values that are just like surrounded with like people pleasing. Is just like not saying no is, man, no is such a difficult word. It still is a bit for me to say, such a difficult thing to say. It's like, man, yeah, removing yourself from the conversation. It's learn to say no. Removing yourself from the conversation, I think absolutely there's nothing wrong with it. Okay, I think at a certain point where it's like it's not worth putting in the energy anymore. Removing yourself from like whatever it is just like the best thing for everyone, really, for yourself and for the other person, because most importantly for yourself, because it's not worth putting in the energy, but also for the other person, because nothing is good is gonna come out of a situation where two people are not just like on the same page, never on the same page, right? But saying on the same page is not really it's making this what we're talking about small, but it's way bigger than that. That is true. But however, it's just like you cannot, there are some people that you cannot, that you have to deal with, right? You just have to, right? And the most prominent example is family, but let's keep family to the side, right? Jobs can be an interesting example. Like, you have to work with that person, otherwise you won't have the job. And that's a very tricky situation. It's like, you have to pay the bills, but you know, you have to also pay your dues and deal with this annoying person. So I think there's an art to it. There's an art that maybe we haven't figured out yet. And I feel like I need to figure it out. I feel like I am starting to figure it out. Yeah. Yeah, but it's just interesting, you know? Having the tools and vocabulary to explain what you want is important, but the people requesting commissions usually don't have that knowledge. You have to show so. Absolutely. Me grace with this lack of knowledge, but you also can let them walk over you because they didn't explain well enough. That's true. That's 100% true. It's especially in the case of commissions, right? I would assume, since I haven't tried it, sort of, oh shit. Hello? Oh, never mind. I was saying it takes a lot of effort and energy, especially if you're an introvert. Yeah, hopefully we're back, right? Especially if you're an introvert. To have to deal with each person a different way, a way that wouldn't make, let's say, diplomatically, right? It's very draining. I think it's very draining. And the people who take commissions and who take like 3 or 4 commissions at a time are superheroes to me. Honestly. I've actually done this before, but it's not in a contest of commissions. It's in a contest of like graphic design. Their needs are sort of like different. But what makes it different is that I lay the rules. At first, I'll be like, okay, for example, this is the service that I'm going to offer is this. It includes, for example, the logo, the typography, the social media posts, the photography, and the colors, right? The color palette. This is the package. This is what you're going to get, right? And revisions are for a price, right? And so if you're like, okay, I don't like this one, can you sort of like make it again or fix this thing? Yes, I'm going to fix it, but that has its price, right? So I think laying the rules in that context is easy. However, it can be difficult or in a different way when it comes to commissions, because when it comes to commissions, I feel like it's a bit like it's loose, right? Changing something, yes, I can change something, but it's like the change is not how do I say this? It's not like the client can point to one thing and they'll they say like change that, but in the back end, right, you wouldn't change that, you would change a lot of other things alongside, right? And obviously correct me if I'm wrong. Yes, that was what I was bad at, setting rules and sticking to them. We all are, trust me, I'm still learning. Like I'm not like perfect at it, because this is just business, right? And like I said, like some people can just like be difficult to deal with, and so it's like it is what it is, man. But I feel like I need to be able to have a degree of literacy with these type of people, because I feel like I'm gonna meet them a lot. In a perfect world, I'm okay. I'm going too much into this tangent, but once I explain this point, I'll move over to watching the tutorial. I sat down one day. It was a few weeks back, and it was like pen and paper. It's like, what is my goal? What do I want? Right? What is the future that I want? What is the perfect day that if I live through that day, I'll be like, yes, I made it. I'm living a happy life. Okay? And I don't know if I want to share this or not. Do I share it? It's a bit personal. It's like I'm exposing myself a little bit. But let me take a look. But it's, at the same time, it's like it's just a goal. It's not like something bad. Okay. I think it's in this one, or maybe the other one. Oh, okay. Here we go. This gum is annoying me. All right. Oh my god. I've never tried that thought experiment. Sounds like a good one. I'll tell you why it's a really good one. Okay. Oh my god. All right. This is how it starts, right? I want to live somewhere green. I want to have a car that lets me drive to the city. I want to have a modest house with a nice view. By nice view, I mean like a green, so like I look out and it's just like greenery. A homey home sort of thing, right? I want solitude, inspiration when I wake up in the morning and go outside. I want to step on grass. Bare feet, just step on grass. I want to wake up early and work out. I want to have a workout equipment in the garage. And I also want, like in the garage, I want some other like tools, sort of like wood and stuff like that. I like to make things with my hands. I also want to make stuff with my hands. Exactly, I said that. Like wood and something. I want to be with a loved one, travel the world with her. I want to go on mountaintops. I want to run, breathe heavily, feel tired from running, with the sun on my skin. And that's it. That's literally it. That's what I wrote here. So that is, if I get to do these things or see these things or feel these things in a day, that will be the day where I'm like, yeah, I freaking made it. Right? And so having a goal like that sort of gave me a feeling of like, okay, I know like what I'm doing right now, everything I do is things that will get me closer to that goal, right? And if I find myself doing something, like basically right now, everything I do, I categorize it into two things. Is it getting me closer to my goal or not? If it's getting me closer to my goal, keep doing that. If I'm doing something that doesn't get me close to my goal, that I'm just wasting time, right? And obviously thinking about this may sound like it's very systematic and it's very robotic, and but also the things that you get to do, or you can categorize them another way. Things that would get you to your goal, maybe there are like three categories. Things that would get you to your goal, things that you need to do for the immediate, sort of like your immediate life, if that makes sense. Like the food that you eat, right? Because you're not gonna save money, for example, and starve to death. That just doesn't work like that. Taking care of your family, that's an immediate thing that doesn't necessarily get you to your goal, but you have to do it because you're surrounded by your loved ones and you have to keep them. Some other things can be important for the time being, but also they would keep you going in order for you to be able to do the other things that would get you to your goal. And there's the third category, which is like time wasters, basically, which I'm very guilty of doing. Like, I'm not, I mean, I spend as much time on the internet as anybody else. So, yeah. So with that in mind, I feel like there's a purpose now. Like, what I'm doing purposeful or not? And yeah, I just think about my day differently now. I feel like I plan my day differently. I'm the type of people that do plan their days, by the way. I can't go off of like, you know, I can't go a cappella on my day, just like whatever I do. I have to have like a list. I like lists. I like things organized. I'm that type of person. That's how my freaking brain works. So yeah, it's interesting. I would love if you did the you know, the goal setting thing, Kimberly, and maybe you can share it. That would be fun. I mean, without just like being very overly descriptive, what would be a perfect day for you? A day that you would spend is like, you made it. I will do that and report. No. Freak reporting back. Do it right now. Like, what would be a good day, right? I haven't drawn a single thing, by the way, but I feel like this is more important. Whoops. All right, let's see. Let me pick a few references so we can draw later. Oh, this is an interesting one. Let me think. All right, let's see it. I would have a beautiful garden with an ecosystem that isn't destroyed with pesticides. Nice. I'd love to let life live. Still thinking. Okay, yeah. I mean, hey, no pressure, right? If you're not ready, obviously, you don't have to do this. But I like to see, you know, just like give you that one little push. Whoops. I'd love to travel. I've never been out of the US. I have an app to get my passport this month though. Nice. All right. Congrats. I have never been outside of my country either. But yeah, it's traveling. Yes. It's very important. And like the possibilities are endless when you travel, which is amazing. I think it's thrilling, if that's the right word. Yeah, I think that's the right word. Thrilling. Dude, my passport, I have a on like my photo on the passport. I've done it when I was like 18. I've had it when I was 18. At 18, I had long hair. my long hair was like, it was like curly hair. My hair gets very curly, and I look nothing like I like now, right? I looked so scary. I don't know if I can show you the passport. I don't know where it is, but it's not a good photo. Where would you like to go? Rome and Greece are my top places. I actually don't know. Weirdly enough, like I said, I like to go somewhere green. Wherever there's greenery. Wait, Iceland? I heard Iceland is very green. Iceland or where else? Where else? Where else? I mean, Japan. Japan is sort of like a cliche, right? It's like if you think green or nature, you think Japan. But I don't know. Japan is not on the list for me, even though I know it's a beautiful country. But the sort of like the lifestyle that I want to live may not conform with Japan very much. I'll have to do my research, but I don't think so. But Japan is beautiful. So I want something where there's green more than urban, right? More than just like buildings. You know, there's areas where, you know, what do you call them? Not a city. What's the opposite of a city? Ah, man, I lost the word. Whatever, right? A few buildings here and there. I like somewhere like that. You know, I like to go with a simpler life. You know, a life where it's not crowded, it's not noisy. You know, I want to wake up to the sound of freaking birds or rain. I want to be woken up by sunlight. That's sort of like the primitive life that I want to live, which is very ironic to be wishing something like that and to have, and for that to be not available anymore, or for that to be a luxury. That's very funny to me, because a couple of 100 years back, oh, maybe not 100 years, but maybe 1,000 years, we used to live like that, and it was like the best thing. I always had silly goals when I was younger, like traveling from North America to South America on foot. Okay, that's very interesting. I'm not such a thrill seeker anymore, so maybe a few nights in the rainforest would be cool. Right? Yes, that's very interesting. I've been thinking about going on like marathons or something like that. Just running. Just like I haven't ran since I was a kid, actually. So yeah, that would be really cool to go on foot. That's an interesting one. Actually, I might steal that. Let me put on the glove. Where's the glove at? You know, camping would be cool as well. Camping like some sort of forest. Come on. This is one. This is two. Boom. Go for it. You have to share with me if you ever do it, because I would be thrilled for you. I will. I will. I'll be more than happy to just not share my progress with drawing, but share my progress in life. That's a very big reason of me doing this, because it gets better. It gets better not only with the drawing, but every aspect of your life. It does get better, and you just have to give it time, maybe. Maybe that's the answer. I still don't have all the answers, and wallahi, it's I'm happy to I'm more than happy to share this experience online with people who have sort of like common goals and stuff like that. I'm fortunate enough to have an RV. Nice. Okay, lived in it for a few years when rent got really high. Yeah, saved up some money and bought my first house. Now I have an RV to go to national parks with. Honestly, hey, that's amazing. That's amazing. To go through literal years living in your car, basically. That's, man. I know they may have been some tough times there during that period, but I'm pretty sure you have learned a lot from that experience, and to be able to, rise up and buy your first house. That's amazing. I'm so happy for you. That's really amazing. And see, like, stuff like that just makes me think, like, yes, I love that. I want to hear more of that. It was so small, but it was so worth it. Now, yes, absolutely. This makes me happy. Thank you for sharing. I really appreciate it. All right. Oh man, this was so fun. Okay. Oh man, I have to draw something now because it's getting late and it's 11 already. So let's get to drawing, eh? There we go. Let's stop the music.
Hey guys, welcome to Proko. My name is Stan Prokopenko. It's been 6 years since I made my first Loomis head drawing video, and since then I've gotten a lot of questions regarding the Loomis method.
Wait, hold on. Let me read this. Yeah, man, I always appreciate you chatting. I've got a lot of good to share with the world. Yes, absolutely. And please, if there's any good stuff like that for you to share, please do. I would love to hear it. Also, if you're going through anything, same. Just like share it, talk about it. I'm here every day. You know where to find me. So, yeah, I'd love to hear it, the good and the bad.
So I think it's a good since 6 years. Hey guys, welcome to Proko. My name is Stan Prokopenko. It's been 6 years since I made my first Loomis head.
Wait, really? Okay, that's a whoa. All right, I need to check that. This was 6 years ago. This was 12 years ago. Insane. This is basically like the start of YouTube. All right, come on. Come on now. What's happening? Let's see what he has to say, this man.
Hey guys, welcome to Proko. My name is Stan Prokopenko. It's been 6 years since I made my first Loomis head drawing video, and since then I've gotten a lot of questions regarding the Loomis method. So I think it's a good time to take a second look at it, do a bunch of quick sketches, and give you guys some tips on using the Loomis method, and that should help you get some better head drawings in quickly. This is going to be a 3-part video series. In the first video, I'll review the basics. Then in the second video, I will show you how to adapt the Loomis head onto heads of all shapes and proportions. And then in the third video, I'll show you a more intuitive approach using the Loomis method a little more loosely. So Loomis method, basically what we do is we have a cranial mass as a sphere, and then we attach a jaw to it with like a triangular boxy shape. That sphere cranium, we're gonna chop off the side because the side of our head is kind of flat, right? So we gotta make...
You know, it's interesting he made the ellipse that size because you see where the eyebrow ends. It's almost like in the middle of the head, basically, right? And so this the size of the ellipse also depends on where the eyebrow ends. And so this ellipse ends here in the middle of the circle. So that's very interesting and something to look out for whenever I draw heads.
We kind of chop that off. That's a flat plane. And then in a neutral pose from the middle, that's where the eyebrows are going to be. And I'm kind of wrapping this kind of like as a rubber band around the head. You'll see when we look up or down, it's not going to be a straight line like that. It'll wrap around kind of like an equator, like a rubber band. And then from the bottom of this oval, which isn't the bottom of the circle, but the bottom of this oval up here, we bring another parallel line across. That gives us the nose. We drop that down, and that gives us the chin. If this is too fast for you guys, go watch the initial series because that's where I really teach the method. This is just going to be a quick overview. From here, we attach the jaw. So from the brow, side plane, down to the chin, and then from about a vertical halfway on the side plane, that's kind of where that jaw starts. It'll be different on different people, and I'll show you guys how to change proportions, but right now I'm just drawing an average person. Actually, I made this jaw taller than the middle third, which on him it actually is. That bottom from the nose down to the chin is actually longer from the nose.
Okay, for him to see that immediately is insane because I wouldn't have been able to tell.
To the brows, but right now I'm drawing an average Loomis head. Later on I will modify the Loomis heads to fit the exact subject. There you go, there's your average Loomis head. And then from here we gotta divide the jaw in front and side plane. So the side of the chin starts right there, and then I kind of just bring it down from the corner of the forehead. And there you go, so you got front plane, side plane. And you'll typically see core shadows or highlights along these planes, except in here where the eye socket is, and that's going to be a socket, right? So it's not, you're not going to have a corner of a plane there, which I will talk about a little more later. Basically, there's my quick sketch. This would be a complete Loomis head quick sketch. I wouldn't really go any further than that if I'm just doing quick sketch. Maybe I'll do a center line if I'm just doing a Loomis head quick sketch. Now usually I don't do Loomis head quick sketch. Usually I'll just do like, I'll go a little bit further than that and add features and some more construction lines in there. But in this lesson, I'm focusing just on Loomis heads and then maybe the occasional simple neck attachment to that. Okay, so there you go. There's a nice Loomis head. This is a nice guide to then help me put features on top of that. Let's go on to the next pose. Okay, in this next pose, we got Johney, and he is looking down, and so we're looking down at the top of his head. So I'm going to start with that cranial ball again. The first step is always just a ball. Now the side plane, where do I chop it off? That'll depend on the side to side turn, the up and down, not so much, but the tilt left and right. So side to side, this is a much more front angle. So I'm going to see less of the side, more of the front. This was about half and half. And also, he's kind of tilting his head. It's not straight up and down. So, a few things will happen. One, this cylinder, or this oval will be...
Wait, appreciate that. It's hard for me to see the features in the ellipse without the addition of the chin. The features of the chin, of the ellipse? What do you mean by that?
Narrower. And also, I'm tilting it to kind of go with the angle of the head. The height of that oval relative to the ball is going to stay pretty much the same. And when we have such a front straight on angle, what happens is on this far side, we're actually going to have to chop off a little bit of that as well. Because, you know, we're chopping this off and we're seeing an oval.
Maybe.
On the other side, we won't see an oval because it's in the back.
I think there's more than just like
but we do
way to do
have
this.
to chop this
and if it
piece
works
off.
for you, then
So
perfect.
I like to do that just to kind of help me visualize the rest of it. Okay, so there would be the top of the head.
Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean.
This is kind of like the forehead.
Yeah.
And then from the middle, I'm going to bring a line downward. Remember, this is wrapping around the head. And since off a little bit of that as well. A much more front angle, so I'm going to see less of the side, more of the front. This was about half and half. And also, he's kind of tilting his head. It's not straight up and down. So, a few things will happen. One, this cylinder, or this oval will be narrower. And also, I'm tilting it to kind of go with the angle of the head. The height of that oval relative to the ball is going to stay pretty much the same. And when we have such a front straight on angle, what happens is on this far side, we're actually going to have to chop off a little bit of that as well. Because, you know, we're chopping this off and we're seeing an oval. On the other side, we won't see an oval because it's in the back. It's back there. But we do have to chop this piece off, and so I like to do that just to kind of help me visualize the rest of it. Okay, so there would be the top of the head. This is kind of like the forehead, and then from the middle, I'm going to bring a line downward. Remember, this is wrapping around the head, and since he's tilting down, it's not going to be a straight line across. Now we have to wrap around the ball. So this is now the brow ridge line. We're kind of tilting that. This is going to be parallel to the tilt of the head, right? Because they're both going up and down. And then from there, we're going to wrap the same parallel line across, and then drop another one down to the chin. And in here, you start getting foreshortening. It depends on really how close you are to the model, but in general, the thirds will get smaller and smaller as they go away from you, but just a little bit. Don't push it too much. You know, otherwise, unless the camera's like right there, right next to the person, then you'll see some really extreme foreshortening. Just keep that in mind so that you don't do the opposite effect, unless that is the type, the person's type, where their jaw is just bigger than their forehead. Then you can push it that way against foreshortening, but then we're not drawing the average anymore. And it's deliberate at that point. You're doing that on purpose. And then we can find the hairline by, again...
I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this one. Does it feel accurate? I know I'm not about to diss a professional master right now, but I feel like there needs to be more foreshortening. Am I wrong? Am I wrong for saying this? I feel like this distance is way shorter. Like the distance between his, like the end of his chin to the end of his nose is way shorter than the distance between the nose and the eyebrows. But here it's almost the same.
Doing that on purpose. And then we can find the hairline by, again, kind of dropping or curving the same parallel line around. And this is a top plane. All of this is top plane. Front plane, side plane. And that's it. There's my quick sketch Loomis head. Okay, so now we got a perfect side view of
uh,
Veronica.
accountant
So
for the
again,
hidden part.
we start with our
under the
nail
hair.
ball.
Maybe.
And then from a side view, this
Maybe.
oval, this side plane that we chop off, it's just gonna be right in the middle of that circle. So you have a circle within a circle. You could put it in, or you could just ignore it. I don't know, I'll put it in, just so I have my size reference. As a reminder for you guys, it's gonna be about 2/3 of the height. The side plane is about 2/3 of the height of the full circle. We got 1/6 on both top and bottom, and that's 2/3. But again, like these measurements are for the perfect average person. Usually it's not gonna be like that. Usually you're gonna have to change proportions, and so usually I do a more intuitive method, and I'll show you that later. But right now, let's get this perfect side view. So drop from the forehead down to the chin, that angle. Okay, so this from the middle of the circle going in here, that's the brow ridge. Then from here, parallel line, that's the nose, and then drop equal distance, there's the chin. Perpendicular line in the middle, that's where the jaw starts. So I'm attaching the jaw, and actually that might be a little taller, maybe like that.
This is a
Bottom
small
of the
face.
jaw to the neck. Okay, and the hairline, again, from here, hairline. So you got these equal thirds on an average person. Hairline, brow, nose, chin. Okay, one more thing I want to point out from a side view is that the top, the height and the depth, the width from front to back, is going to be the same. So it fits into a square. But it's not from this front plane. It's from the tip of the nose, and again, an average length nose. So,
it's still,
you know, like say the nose is here.
Is lengthy.
This length is equal to that length.
Wait, what was he saying?
It's on an average person. Hairline, brow, nose, chin. Okay, one more thing I want to point out from a side view is that the height and the depth, the width from front to back, is going to be the same. So it fits into a square. But it's not from this front plane. It's from the tip of the nose. And again, an average length nose. So tip of the back is going to be the same. So it fits into a square. From front to back, the height and the depth, the width from front to back, is going to be the same. So it fits into a square. But it's not from this front plane. It's from the tip of the nose. And again, an average length nose. So, you know, like say the nose is here. This length is equal to that length. And that works out.
Really? That's interesting. That's very specific though.
And then to the back, it doesn't go to the hair because the hair changes so much, right? Could be a bald person, could be someone with very large hair in the back. So it's from the tip of the nose to the back of the skull. And then this is actually where the hair is. So when you're measuring people from photos, keep in mind that there's a bunch of mass, a bunch of distance from the head to the hair. So really quickly, I'm going to just add a little bit of a little indication of this nose, brow ridge. I like to bring out the muzzle of the lips and the teeth, and then that back in for the chin, and the chin comes out again. From a side view, the eye socket is just going to be this like rectangular shape, something like that.
Okay, how can you
Right in there is
draw something like that, bro?
the top of the cheekbone is like the bottom of the eye socket. Like this rhythm, and it goes to the top of the ear.
That's beautiful.
Like so. Now, how do you apply this method on people that don't fit the average proportions? I'll show you tomorrow. Hope you guys are enjoying the 12 days
Alright, we'll see you tomorrow. By the way, your audio is kind of low compared to the video. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll remind myself next time to lower the sound of the video, because this is not the first time this happens. But okay, let's switch back to Photoshop. Let's do this one. I think I'm gonna do just this one because it's 11:38 right now, and I need to get my Z's. So maybe this one and then another one. All right. But how you been doing, MT? By the way, I didn't ask. I'm sorry. I was watching her. Nice reference. Yeah, I just go on Pinterest and find what you know, a pose that can be sort of like challenging. Ugh, come on. The struggle, man. All right, this is it. And then this is the end of the brow, the end of the brow. So like here, big forehead. This is sort of here. All right. And then we have, this is sort of like in the middle. Wait, is it like this? I think it's like this. Right. I'm good. Been practicing every day as well. Nice, nice. Okay, how about you? How's your quest going? You know, it's going. You know, I wouldn't say it's amazing every day. It's just, you know, it's a struggle. But it's great. It's great. As long as I'm moving, as long as I'm like doing it every day, that's all that matters. All that matters, baby. As long as we're schmoving. If we're schmoving, then that's good. If we're not schmoving, maybe, you know, take some rest. You know, some rest can be good, but we're schmoving. Sharp jaws, like every reference I pick from Pinterest, these are just like these beautiful people. Sharp jaws, sharp features, beautiful eyes. It's like, bro, leave some of that beauty to me, man. Like, what happened? What happened with the distribution of beauty? Why didn't I get some of it? As long as we're moving on God, yeah, on God. All right, here's the first mess up, and I want to recover. How do we recover? Undo, do a lot of undos. All right, first thing first. This is just okay. This is here, right? But this is almost a vertical, right? And then we have this, right? And this one is almost like this. So this one like here, and this one is like here. And this one is sort of here. This is the tilt. Oh, this is tilted. Okay, you know what? I'm going to wipe out everything and do it again. because it's tilted. All right, this is our lips, and let's record the tilt. The tilt is almost like this. All right, let's make it a little larger. There we go. And then from here, maybe we can do a straight line, a straight like a horizontal. And then this one goes around. See, because this point is a bit higher than this point of the ear, right? So if we do this and then we put the ear here, obviously we need to add this part as well. And then from here to here, this is our jaw. And take on me, God. I'm moving forward. Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. There's no stress on me, Lord. I'm moving forward. Keep moving forward. I think this is good. I think the direction of the lines is right this time. Let's see. Keep moving forward. There's show me, Lord. All right, this is almost Goog. This is Goog, right? I think so. And this is the center line. This also sort of like follows the circle. And this is like the separation, the hair thing. I'm not trying to do the hair, but I feel like I'm tempted to do it, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to do the hair and ignore all the basics. Just go for the features. That's what I do, right? Yep, doing well so far. All right, neck. We've got the neck. I don't want to give her like a strong big neck. All right. I want to give her a gentle sort of like, because she seems very skinny. So that's okay. That's way too chicken scratchy. So let's scratch that, pun intended. All right. And then it actually goes from here. Oh my god, necks are weird. Why are necks this weird, bro? There's no stress on me, Lord. I'm moving forward. Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. There you go. All right. Dare I do the features? Sure. Let's mess it up. Who cares? Okay. Let me first of all do this, and then do the basic sort of like volume. The hair. All right, this is getting wavy here, so there, this one. Ah, I don't like this one. What's happening? Hello? I think this one goes here. Yep. Okay. Yeah. All right. Next, we have the nose. The nose, we have this right here. This is right here. This is actually the construction of the nose. I'm trying to do that. Yes, I know. This is almost a straight line, but maybe it's not. Oh, by the way, it's easier for me to go like geometric shapes. I think it's just the better thing to do rather than try to get the likeness of the model. Also, wait, hold on. See, this is where the visor or whatever it's called is handy. It's like, okay, I know this now. This is right here. This is right. There's a bit of a kink here. Also, her jaw is not that wide, I feel like. Oh no, am I messing it up? I think I am. Okay, maybe, frick it, who cares? I'm doubling down. I want to try the trick that I learned previously. Boom. Okay, the nose. Okay, this is where I mess up. It's the nose. I don't know how to place the nose. That looks very bad. When it comes to the nose, right? The structure, I'm confident with the structure. I think it looks good. Now the features, Looking good, you think? I think the nose is messed up. I think we can make some improvements. If it didn't work, that's all right. But I think we can make it, no, actually, no, not larger, not necessarily. But I don't know. I really don't know how to deal with it. Also, if I go too much into detail, I can just like, it turns disgusting. Like, very detailed nose are not very good looking. Okay. How do we do this? Nose needs to be wider, that's all. Maybe, but also I'm trying to look at the distance between this corner of the eye and this, right? It's like in that direction, and that's what I'm trying to get here, the same direction. But something is not working for some reason. Something's not working. Okay, let's place the the mouth. Then we'll come back to it. Man, everybody on Pinterest be having luscious lips. She looks so weird without her nose and without eyebrows as well. Wait, let me look at that. Okay. I mean. Okay, see, now we have this and the distance. Okay, let me make the mouth larger and I'm gonna cheat here a little bit. I don't know if this is the right move actually, but oh my god, okay. I think I know my weakness now. My weakness is just noses. Little eyebrows are so important, right? I think they change the likeness of the person like radically. I think, isn't there like a Snapchat filter or an Instagram filter that gets rid of your eyebrows? Man. Okay. I'm getting sick of this, so now we're going shapes. Just like shapes. This is a shape. Shape. Right? Shape. 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 Alright? This is just shapes. Everything is shapes. It doesn't matter. That's beautiful, okay? Doesn't necessarily look like her, but still, I'm not getting stuck over this. I need to move on. See, we're learning now. We're not trying to be perfectionists, eh? That's good. Everybody is beautiful here. Well, I'm gonna make them, well, not as attractive. Okay, just one eyebrow. Let's give her another. There you go. This is a line. I need to be looser with my lines. See, you can feel some of the lack of confidence with my lines because they're so chicken scratchy. The first ones, that is, right? Now I'm going loose. But the first ones, they're very chicken scratchy just because I feel like I don't know what I'm doing yet. But that will get fixed. That will get fixed. I ain't worried a lot. There you go. I should have done this on another layer, actually. But okay, it doesn't look like her. Definitely doesn't look pretty, but I think it looks okay. Like, there could be a person who looks like this. There you go. All right. Honestly, I'm not trying to get good at features right now, but the structure feels okay to me. One of my weaknesses, noses, where to place them. Oh, Keanu suggested like a method, like it's the racist triangle method or something like that. I know that's a crazy name, but let me look it up. Okay. Hopefully that's the right name, right? Okay, fixing black characters with racist triangle. That's an insane title for a YouTube video. But there you go. Confronting racism, the racist triangle. Okay, this is the racist triangle Ethan Becker mentioned. Ethan Becker? Yeah, it is. It is Ethan Becker. Twitter artists, please stop drawing black characters like this. Oh my god. It's a real drama. Okay, we'll watch it tomorrow because it's midnight right now and I'm not trying to get into a rabbit hole. That's so funny. Okay, try to connect her nose bridge to her eyes may show you the disconnect. Oh, you're absolutely right. Holy, okay. Wait, hold on. Oh man. Okay. Because there's this like dent in her skull. Whoops. That needs to go down as well. What I'm trying to do is this. Because she has a sort of like, you can see in the foreshortening, the forehead is large. Look at this. That looks better, doesn't it? Okay, maybe not that low. Maybe like something like here. Okay, Kimberly, you're the freaking best. I think that looks way better. Oh, 100%. That looks way better. See? Okay. I want to be able to see that. You mentioned that for me, and I was like, oh yeah, you're right. I want to be able to see that. All right, it's officially midnight here. And yes, she got a big head. Yeah. But yeah, okay. I feel like the more I do it, the more I'll be comfortable. So I'm not tripping. I'm not tripping over this. This looks good already. So we're definitely on the right path. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you. Kimberly, it's always fun to, you know, have our talks here. And yeah, I really appreciate you. Empty, my brother. Long time no see. I want to see you more often, man. Let's talk. All right. Get some sleep, my friend. Keep it up. Yes, it just takes time. It does. And yeah, I appreciate you guys. And yeah. Enough of being sappy and all this sappy stuff. All right. Peace out.